Nowadays, many companies, they are using coding challenges in order to check your coding skills. In this video, we will take a look at HackerRank and 1 week preparation kit. We will have a look at day 1 and 3 problems, plus minus, minimax sum, and time conversion. We will go ahead and solve these 3 problems with JavaScript. Let's just have a look at the first problem, which is the plus minus. So here we do have an array, and this array has positive 0 and negative values, and we need to print the ratio of those values. For each value, we should print a separate line with 6 digits after the decimal, and also the function should not return a value. So now, in order to calculate the ratio, we need to know 2 things. We need to know the quantity of those values in this array. So for example, how many times we came across a positive 0 or negative value. And also we need to know the length of the array. So if we take a look at this specific example for this array, if we calculate the ratio for the positive or the negative values, so we do have 2 positive and 2 negative values. So the ratio will be the same. And the length of the array is 5. So in this case, we just divide 2 by 5 and the ratio is 0.4 for the positive and the negative. And then if we go and check the 0 ratio, we only have 1 0 value. So we will divide 1 by 5, which is the length of the array, and that will give us 0.2 as the ratio. Now let's have a look how we can do that with JavaScript. The first thing we need to do, we need to add the variables and set them to 0. The next thing we need to do, we just need to go and look through the array and check if the current value is 0, positive or negative. And if any of those cases are true, then we just need to go and increase the variable by 1. So for example, if the current value we are checking is 0, then we just need to go and increase 0 by 1. If it's positive, we just need to go increase positive by 1. And if it's a negative value, we just need to go and increase negative by 1. And the last thing we need to do, we just need to go and console log these values, and we need to set them to fixed 6, which means that we just need to have 6 digits after the decimal. And then of course we just need to go and run the test in order to see if this solution is correct. And yes, it is. All the tests they are passing, which means our code works perfect. And in this case, let's just move to the next one, which will be minimax sum. Let's just have a look at this problem now. So we do have an array with 5 positive numbers, and we need to find the minimum and the maximum values that can be calculated by adding exactly 4 of the 5 numbers. And then we need to go and print these values as a single line of 2 space separated long numbers. Now we do have this array. This array, for example, has 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. In order to get the minimum sum, we just need to remove the bigger number from this array. And in order to get the maximum sum, we just need to remove the smallest number of this array. And it gives us as well an example here, which goes and removes all the values. And that proves the point that if we remove the smallest number, we will get the biggest sum. And if we remove the biggest number, we will get the smallest sum. Let's just go and have a look now and see how we can solve that problem. So first of all, we just need to reduce the numbers in order to find the sum. And then we just need to go and calculate the minimum sum. So in this case, the sum that we'll just calculate it here, and then we just need to go and remove the max number from this array. The next thing we need to do, of course, we just need to do exactly the same thing for the max, which will be exactly the same. So we do have the sum, and then we just go and remove the minimum number from this array, which is the smallest number from this array, which is, for example, 1. And then we just need to go and console log those 2 numbers, the minimum and the maximum. So let's just have a look and see if this solution is correct. And yes, it is. So if we have the sample, if we have a look at the sample array here, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the output is 10 and 14. So basically, it is exactly the same case like the example that we just checked before. So we do have 10 as the smallest and then 14 as the biggest sum. So that's it for this one. It was an easy one. So let's just have a look at the next one, which is time conversion. So we've been given a time in 12-hour AM PM format, and we need to convert it to military 24-hour time. So we need to be careful, because if it's 12 AM, we need to change that to 00 as well. Whether if it's 12 PM, it just needs to stay as 12. If we take a look at this example, we do have the 12 PM and 12 AM, and basically we just need to change the hour to be different. In this case, if it's 12 PM, it will display 12, and if it's 12 AM, it has to display 00. And then we do have, for example, here 7 PM, and we need to convert that to 19. So in this case, if it's PM, we just need to add 12 more hours to this given hour. So let us have a look and see how we can do that. So first of all, if we take this example, which is the 7 PM, we need to go first of all and check whether it's PM or AM. So in order to do that, we take the string and we substring the 8 first digits, which is the hour, and we just keep the last 2 digits. That will give us PM in this case. Then we just need to go and check the full time. So exactly the same. So we use the substring, but we just keep the time now. So we just use substring 0 to 8. And we need to go and split the numbers into an array. So we're just gonna take this output and just split it wherever we've got the dots. We just need to go and split it to 07, 05 and 45, just because we want to check only the first part. We don't want to change anything else. Then we need to do the first check. So if the last 2 is equal to PM, so for this example it will be, we just need to go and add 12 to this number. So we just need to take times 0 at the moment is 07, and we need to add 12. So in this case, it will give us 19. And also, we just need to go and check if it's 12 AM. So if this number is 12, then we just need to go and check, and if it is, we just need to go and add 00, replace it with 00. And then we just need to go and return this array, but we need to go and add back to the original form. And this is it. Let's just run the code and see if that runs successfully and if all the tests pass. And yes, so in this case we do have the input, which is 07 PM. We convert it to the correct output, which is 19 and 05:45, and this is it. The test passed, and now we can submit the code for that one. We just solved our first 3 problems from HackerRank and 1 week preparation kit. At the next video we will go and have a look at 3 more problems in day 2. If you found this video helpful, just leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below with your question. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you to the next one.